Okay, good morning, Mr. Gallegos.
Good morning, Ms. Nájera.
Thank you for meeting with me.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about your educational background?
Yes, I've been teaching. I've been working with the school district for about 25 years. I would say maybe between 5 and 6 years of custodial and 20 to 21 teaching, plus 4 years of volunteer during that time. I used to work with the gangs here in El Paso and the kids that were in Raymond Tellez Academy when they opened it up.
Cool. Do you know if we have a vision statement at Henderson?
Yes, the vision statement is actually located on our webpage from Henderson, and it's also based on the vision mission that they have in the district. So it is actually combined, and it has to do with student performance, that we will always not discriminate, but we will always blend our teaching and learning together as a campus and as a district just to raise student performance.
When were you first introduced to the vision of the campus?
My first day of teaching.
It's been the same?
It changes. It changes, but I remember when I was hired many years ago, Mr. Chavez, who was the principal, Ralph Chavez, introduced me to the vision mission, not only of the campus, but from the district. But when Ms. Baldonado came in, she did the same thing with the whole faculty.
Okay.
And we used to have it stated on the wall. I don't know if it's still there, but they used to have it in the front wall.
Is our vision statement the same as the district's, or do we have one catered to Henderson Middle School?
No, it follows it's kind of like our own words, but it has to follow it. Every school has to follow the same one.
Okay. Were you or have you been involved in the development of a vision for a campus?
Yes, I was actually involved back in 2007. The principal was Ms. Muñiz, and we had to sit down and kind of like paraphrase it in different words, but still sticking to the same goal and objective.
What was the process like?
Oh, it took about 2 days. I would say that some people agree and disagree. I remember Coach Lopez was involved, and she's one of the ones that have been teaching here for a while. And people didn't understand it because, once again, if you're not into the instruction, they don't understand it. So anybody that's in fine arts, they have their own goals, but once they saw that it's the same thing, the component is student performance, they agreed on it.
And who was involved in it?
If I'm not mistaken, we had 2 from fine arts, 2 from each core class, and 2 parents.
Parents too. Okay.
And 1 student.
1 student. Is the campus vision shared with the faculty, with the staff, parents, or students?
I have not seen that happen in a couple of years, but it's still available so anybody could log in and see it. As far as them having a parent conference and showing it to the parents, I haven't seen that in a while. I think the last time they did that was maybe the first year Ms. Baldonado started, and that was, 8 years ago? And she did it with the parents. It hasn't happened ever since.
Okay. Who would you recommend be involved in the revision or development of a campus vision?
I would say I would get 2 veteran teachers and then 2 that are brand new so they could learn. And then I would have parents, also students, but most of all, I would also include the custodial staff and the cafeteria workers.
Why?
They have never had a say-so, and they're part of the community. So they should be involved too.
Is the development of a campus vision a shared responsibility?
Yes, it should, because that's part of the whole process.
Who would share it?
I would say everybody, from faculty and staff, even students. Students should actually take that to their moms and dads. Oh, you know what? This is our vision. We have to reach it. Years back, we used to buy the kids a planner, and the kids would write it down, and they would share it with their parents. We haven't done that in a while.
No. Under what circumstances do you think rewriting a vision statement is necessary? Like, when should we?
I think that once you see your student performance going down as a campus, that's when you have to revisit it. Because if that happens, that means that you're not doing the systematic planning. That means like intervention. We have intervention. If we have intervention, that means our scores were not that great. So that's when you have to revisit the mission vision and say, are we really hitting the target? We're going off track, so we need to probably revisit it, just to remind us.
Okay, so this is the mission statement for Henderson. It says, at Henderson Middle School, we will educate, motivate, and inspire students to become proficient in all the content areas while implementing college readiness strategies and 21st century learning skills.
Yeah.
So having read that mission statement, what does it mean to you?
Student performance, but it means learning the student standards, which are your SEs, but 21st century means what we're doing right now, technology. So they're actually hitting 21st century because we have the McGraw and the Springboard online, and even math, I think. As far as the SEs, we're a little bit weak on that, but we're hitting on it because we have the intervention classes. So we are following the mission vision, but I think we just need to have some kind of clarity from admin to the new teachers.
And then how about motivating and inspiring students?
The motivating actually comes depending on the teacher. I mean, if we praise them and we say good job, and we recognize their weaknesses, they'll probably will do better. I would say we are. I know I see you guys doing it in ELA. Yeah.
Do you think teachers need motivation and inspiration too?
Yes. Oh, definitely. Right. If the teacher doesn't have it, the kids are not going to get it. And this year has been a little bit rough for all of us. So if that's not the platter for the teacher, then how are you going to serve it to the student?
Okay. Where could a student, parent, or community member find the vision statement? You said
on the webpage from the district, they have to go under parents. So they have to click on the tab parents and they'll find it there.
It's not on the handbooks? Do they have it in the handbooks?
I have no, it's usually on the webpage. The only problem, and I'm going to say this in front of the camera, is that we don't have our computer clerk, and he's the one that used to clear that up, so I don't know if they have access to it, but it should be there.
How does a campus use innovative thinking as a learning experience to promote the campus vision? Innovative thinking, like technology or...
Well, the ones that are promoting it are actually the teachers. We're the ones that are actually have the initiative of doing that. I think, like, for instance, if you don't mind me showing you something, leave it like that. For instance, let me get in front. Okay, for instance, I have an inclusion class and we have an inclusion teacher, and the kids couldn't follow the technology. So what he did is that he created tabs that will help the kids understand what to click first, like first read, and then you have the skills, and then this, because kids, they're not so used to the technology, they were just jumping up and down. So now we're going to model. This is what we're going to do first, and we're going to point at it. And then once they click on any of those, they'll see 4 windows, and they have to go in order. So what we're doing is we're implementing technology skills based on where do you start first. Because technology is just the computer. It's how are you going to use it. So I don't know if that fits the question, but I'm sure.
Yeah, it's innovative thinking.
He came up with that idea. We both did, but he actually came up with the idea of using color coding. And, of course, big letters for those of us that can't see. And we're going to have it on the wall as a model. And then we connect what is called technology with paper base. So I don't know if you want to flip the camera to the wall over there at the table. The window. We have questions, 10 questions from the STAR test. So we're doing old school and new school. So we come up with innovative ideas on how to motivate the kids.
And that will lead to the vision.
Yes. Student performance going up. Because that's the whole mission. Raise the student performance.
Do you feel that the current vision statement addresses the challenges, or it does not address the challenges that we face as a campus? No,
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I would say that we're going to have to probably revisit the mission vision and include those challenges. How are we going to reach the challenge of the student performance? Because the student performance ability is there, but it doesn't tell you how. It doesn't tell you how. So a new teacher is going to get confused with the mission vision. They're going to say, but how? How can I implement it with all the challenges that we have? Challenges such as the language barrier, learning level, schedule changes, teachers teaching 3 different subjects. All that is a big challenge. Plus the time frame that we have. Intervention and that emotional learning circle.
Yeah. Okay. Um, do you think the vision statement is inclusive of all the stakeholders here?
Yes.
You think it is?
Yes. It is, but I believe some people don't see it because nobody has brought it to the table. Mm-hmm. It's there. We have it. We're following what we're supposed to follow as teachers and as a campus, but people from the outside, they don't come and see it. And we should have it actually on the walls from every room and every hallway, because once again, I'm going to take you back to what I said at the beginning. Years back when we had another principal, Miss Muñiz, we have to give her credit. She had teachers have the mission vision in every single classroom, hallway, and every building, including the gym.
Last one, do you think the vision statement should guide our instruction, our teaching, our culture and climate?
It should guide us in planning to follow the instruction, not for the teaching. It should be following the, what do you call it? The planning format, so we could have a systematic plan. Okay, this is what we want to do. This is how we're going to invest our money and time. If it works, great. It's following the pattern. So you'll see the student performance. If it doesn't, then you have to revisit it and plan it again.
Okay. Well, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.